What's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's episode of the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Tutorial Boss Guapo, and with me, I have some very special guest hosts tonight. You will know them from the Texan Tag Team Podcast. We have Houston and Reese. Guys, what's up? Welcome to the show.
Great to be here, man.
I'm excited.
It's going to be, we got a lot to talk about because it has been a wild weekend of wrestling.
It's been a fun weekend, man.
To say the least.
Well, before we get started into all the news and all the good things, let's go ahead and say what's up to Mikey. Mikey, subscribing for a 24th month in a row, 2 years with Mikey. Appreciate you so much. We've got the OTB Lilith Blood in the chat. We've got Mary Youngblood. We've got Rick. I'm so happy to have all of you here. You guys are the reason we get to do stuff like this. Do want to throw some thank yous out there. First and foremost, thank you to Ross and the boys from Labor 12 for our intro-outro music. Track's called Head Rush, album's called Monsters. They are doing big things, getting ready to come out with that second album. Anything you want to find out about it, head over to labor12.com. That's laborxii.com. I want to thank Joe and American Legacy for our Not Your Average merch. We got our hats, we got skull caps, beanies, bandanas, you name it, we're getting it. Thank you to J-Reb's 3D Printing. You see this piece of awesome right here? That's a J-Reb original. My boy Cameron hooking us up. If you have a logo or something that you want in a light box like this, hit him up, jrebs3dprinting.com. Thank you to heckyeahradio.com for putting a little button on their website for Not Your Average Mark. That way, if you miss the show and if you do, shame. But it happens sometimes. So if you do miss it, head on over to heckyeahradio.com, click on the Not Your Average Mark, and you can listen to an audio version of the podcast. Thank you to Blind Ambition Studios for all our awesome graphics, thewrestlingsociety.com for including us in their podcast room, and as always, thank you to the one that keeps everything going, the guy, Patrick. Appreciate what you do. You can get a taste of what it is that Patrick does for the podcast. Head over to our website, notyouraverage.mark.com, all sorts of cool stuff there. And our newest feature, we have a Discord, and you can head to any of our socials, go to the About, and you can find our Discord. We do watch-alongs of Raw, SmackDown, PLEs. We just have all sorts of fun on the Discord, so make sure you go check that out. And now it's time to get into some wrestling. What do you think, boys?
I'm ready.
Yes, do it.
Well, let's start out with some SmackDown. This, of course, the go-home show for Saturday night's main event, Evolution. Is there any better way to start SmackDown than with the megastar, L.A. Knight? Yeah.
I can't just disagree with that, man.
My whole thing is I like the back and forth between Knight and Heyman. Like, Knight's a master on the mic. You know that. And Heyman, of course, is Paul Heyman. He's been doing this for how many years now? A few. Having Solo
at least as long as I've been alive?
Say what?
I said at least as long as I've been alive?
Yeah, something like that. Having Solo and the MFTs come out seemed a little odd. Like, I get it, there's a tie between Solo and Paul Heyman with the whole bloodline thing, but it seemed kind of forced. What it did do, though, is it allowed the setup for a match featuring Solo and JC going up against LA Knight and Big Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
True. I did like the reference back to, Paul, what are you doing here? Didn't we get rid of you already, buddy?
Yep. Solo threatening to put him through the table like they did at Madison Square Garden.
I was like, oh, good tie back. All right.
It was a
He's
good little
not a
throwback.
spring chicken.
No, I hope I can take table bumps at Paul Heyman's age. You know?
Well, you piss off the girl militia enough, you might.
I mean, there's always that possibility. So the women's Fatal 4-Way had two things I absolutely loved. The whole frenemies angle going on with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. And my new two favorite words, Sol Ruka.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am such a fan of Sol Ruka and the Soul Snatcher. The Soul Snatcher is one of the coolest moves in wrestling right now.
I'm just waiting for her to get to the main roster, man.
Well,
Bouncy bounce.
and I feel like OT, we got Lilith. And can we not talk about tables? Lilith getting up close, personal, and not so friendly with the table at BCW's Hot Blooded. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But no, Sol Ruca, I think personally this was her main roster tryout. And she was top notch. Hitting the double soul snatcher was just chef's kiss. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
And then of course the frenemies angle with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss that's some of the funniest stuff going on right now.
Oh, I didn't like it at first, but now it's grown on me. So.
I love the fact that they have
always reminds me of miniature Harley Quinn.
She does have the Harley Quinn vibes, which I dig. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, they even have a shirt now. Like, the front of the shirt says, "We're not friends." And the back of it says, I don't remember if it's like Team of Convenience or something of convenience. So they actually have a shirt for their frenemy team, and I love it. I love it.
Nice.
Got to capitalize on that. Yeah, I like that.
So we had a tag team title match, which it was a good match. Don't get me wrong, but I think we all kind of knew how this one was going to end. And normally I would have a problem with that, but I like the fact that they're giving all the tag teams a bar to reach for. So the Wyatts win the tag belts, and now you've got all the other tag teams going, well, no, I'm going to go against the Wyatts. No, we're going to go against the Wyatts. No, like, I like that it's involving the entire tag team division.
I will say I love the tag division on SmackDown because there really isn't one on Raw right now. So
Agreed. You've got the New Day, you've got the War Raiders.
And you got Judgment Day.
That's about it.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to bring up in this is, what do you guys think of the newest SmackDown tag team, Andrade and Rey Fenix?
I like it, but at the same time, it's not Rey Fenix and Penta. So
yeah,
that's fair. Like, I mean, I feel like that's where we're going at some point. We're going to get to that point, but they're going to slow burn that, and I think it's a good idea. Logan Paul and Jelly Roll.
Bro, we gotta talk about what happened on Jimmy Kimmel last night. Then,
cue it up. Let's hear about it,
dude. So Jelly Roll was guest hosting for Jimmy Kimmel last night, and his guest was his tag partner for for SummerSlam, Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre shows up. Brawl ensues. Bye-bye Orton, bye-bye Drew. And Jelly Roll's like, well, I just lost my guest. What do I do? I guess I'll go to break. Nope. Logan Paul shows up and just talks so much shit. It's like, dude, you can't wrestle. You can't rap. You can't sing. You can't do this. You can't guest host. Dude, what the heck? Slaps him. Jelly Roll sells it. Logan Paul's like, all right, now I can show you how a real host does things. This is my show now. Knocks over the nameplate. Jelly Roll then chokeslams him through the desk.
Yes.
And then goes, all right, now we'll go to commercial. And the table breaks and then flips over. And I'm like, this is awesome.
I dig it. And I feel like this is a new frontier kind of for WWE to be able to push celebrity spots out into the celebrity world.
Yes.
Which is genius on Trips's part. I mean, you have how many people that don't necessarily watch wrestling watch that?
Yes.
Yeah. You know? So you get a whole new crowd. Lilith Blood saying, I love this for Jelly. I do too. I think this is awesome.
Yeah.
I do have to wonder though, I think we all knew that this was going to end up in a tag team match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Do you think Jelly's ready for a match of that caliber?
Ooh. Do we think he's ready?
I know he's been
What?
training at the Performance Center, so I'd hope so.
Yeah, he has been. He has been training at the Performance Center, but let's look at all the celebrities that have come into the ring in the past. Logan Paul being one of them. You've also got I Show Speed.
Yep.
I show
Yeah,
flat.
see, that's the thing, though. You take somebody like I Show Speed, and that was a one bump thing.
Yeah.
He was out.
He got like.
Well, he's been
oh.
thrown around by everybody.
Lilith Blood in the chat saying, "Have you heard who he's training with?" No, I have not.
No.
Lay it on me. What do you got? Who's he training with? Taker. Holy shit.
Oh, what the?
Ooh.
Okay,
I think-
yeah.
I take
He's
it back. He is perfectly fine for a match of this caliber.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's fine.
Hey, okay.
Yep. It's all good.
Yep.
So
I will say, I think my favorite celebrity they've had recently, SummerSlam wise, was Stephen Amell.
yeah, Stephen Amell did pretty well. Now,
Yeah.
of course, you can't leave out Gronk and
True. Him.
forgot his name. 49ers.
Oh, great. George Kittle.
Yeah, George. I saw a video earlier today where George Kittle like super kicked Miz at a golf tournament.
Nice.
So, like that's good stuff.
Oh,
But,
love that.
You know, you watch a video like that and you laugh, and you watch the thing that happened on Jimmy Kimmel and you laugh about that. But what a lot of people aren't realizing is look where wrestling is ending up now. You've got it at this celebrity golf tournament. You've got it on, late night television now. All these things outside of the ring. And it's genius. It really is.
I like how they're doing it better than what they did WCW wise when you had Jay Leno
Ugh.
getting involved with that crap. Yeah, you bring up celebrities late night, you cannot not mention that. Okay.
The rip ball with Amell they dropped the ball with Amell. They could have been so much more. I agree. That could have been a whole lot more.
Well, I think that was also the Stardust was kind of a
Yeah.
that was a problem.
So, moving into the next thing, R-Truth versus Aleister Black. This was a good match. Don't get me wrong. Like anytime you put them in the ring, it's going to be a good match. It was kind of rushed, and I think it's making the adjustment to the 2-hour show as opposed to the 3. It's obviously a setup for Priest versus Black. What I do love about this, though, is they've changed one thing, and I think it's exactly what needed to be changed. And that's they have Aleister Black playing a straight-up heel as opposed to the tweener. Like I think that it suits him better. Rick saying that match was a victim of the Jelly Roll segment going long. That's true. That is why it was rushed. But I love the fact that they have Aleister Black playing the heel. Like I think this is going to go big places for him.
Yes. That
Like
is
you said,
true.
Logan Paul started out as a celebrity guest at SummerSlam with The Miz. That's true. That's very, very true.
Full circle moment then, yeah.
I do have to give it to Tiffy and Trish, and you won't hear me say that a lot. They had some good one-liners in their face-to-face. Tiff saying, "I learned all about you on VHS." And then Trish immediately asking, "Well, did you learn about VHS from TikTok?" Like, that was gold. I thought that was funny as hell, personally.
Oh.
Speaking of movies that are on VHS, Happy Gilmore is getting a second movie. Well,
Yeah,
that's another topic.
July 29th on Netflix. Happy
Yes.
Gilmore 2. They're not
Yep.
sponsoring us, but if they want to, hey, I'm
How
here.
about you? Yeah.
Hey, bring it on Netflix.
Did you also hear, speaking of Happy Gilmore, apparently Adam Sandler said I think it was either Derrick Henry or Saquon, if he breaks the rushing record, he'll put him in the next movie, his next movie for
I
incentive.
haven't heard that, but that'll be cool. All right, so
Well, I mean-
our main event is exactly what you thought it would be. The MFT's interference, Knight and Jimmy win. Then there's the destruction from Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Solid go home show. A little rushed, but still a solid go home show. I give SmackDown solid B.
I
Oh,
can
yeah.
agree with that. Yeah.
That takes us into
Solid
Saturday
B.
night's main event. Orton versus McIntyre was a good big guy battle. If you need a big guy fight, these are the two people you get because their chemistry is completely unmatched.
Mm-hmm.
The RKO finished the match, but the thing that left everyone talking was the punch from Logan Paul
Yep.
on Randy Orton, and then the punch from Jelly Roll to Logan Paul, and then Jelly Roll taking a Claymore and selling it quite well, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, he sold the hell out of that.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, now we know who he's been training with. Well, it makes sense.
Right?
It's, yeah, exactly. Now that we know who he's training with, yeah, that's why that happened.
Make contact and die.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike.
How that works. Make
Just
contact
like
and that. So I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Jimmy versus Solo match. Don't get me wrong, Jimmy answered everything Solo threw at him and did so in an exciting way. But you just kind of know that the MFT beatdown's coming,
Yeah.
and then if the MFT beatdown's coming, then you know Jacob's gonna come clear the ring.
Yeah.
Even knowing that, the pop from the crowd when Jacob hit the ring was crazy.
Oh, his turn has been great. They have been doing great with it.
He's one of their biggest moneymakers, no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
So that takes us to LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, which was a good match until the injury bug reared its ugly head and Seth Rollins having to roll to the corner, and they had to stop the match. Mike, you're not wrong. Jimmy is the guy that puts over the guys. But did you notice how much I'm a chemistry guy? Like, I like to see the chemistry in the ring. Did you notice how much better the chemistry in the ring is with Jimmy with little brother than it is with big brother?
Yep.
Yeah,
Or twin
true.
brother?
Yeah, twin.
Like, his chemistry in the ring with Solo is, in my opinion, way better than his chemistry in the ring with Jay. So, that's
Hey,
Something
I mean,
like
I get it, y'all.
It's also because they have the same kind of style Jimmy and Jay do, so it's kind of hard to compare that.
fair.
With
Very
Solo, it's more just I'm power. I'm not going to worry about anything else. I'm just power and hit you.
Okay, I'm back.
That's fair. Mike
Yeah.
is saying because it's not wrestling a mirror. Very true. Very, very
Exactly. Yeah.
true. So let's talk about this Rollins injury for a minute. There's people on both sides of the
Mhm.
fence on this, whether it was a legit injury, whether it's as bad as they say it is, whether it's a work altogether. Before I give my thoughts on it, what do you guys think?
When I saw the video, it looked legit, and I'm like, oh no. Oh, please don't be horrible. Please don't be torn. Don't be any torn, please. But now I'm like, well, after what happened on Raw, I was like, you didn't update, so is it?
The way he took that, it just fucking, pardon my French, it hurt. It looked like it hurt.
It did. And if anybody that's ever fallen from any kind of height and landed flat-footed, you know what that does to a knee. This is my thoughts on it. I feel like he was injured before he came into Saturday night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that his injury is legitimate, though not quite as severe as we're led to believe. And I word it that way on purpose because the WWE has not said it's a very severe injury. They haven't said anything, as a matter of fact, other than Tripp saying it doesn't look good.
Well, I know
So
they
they're
said
allowing-
he went to Alabama for MRI, supposedly.
Right. He was in Birmingham for MRIs. But you notice on Raw, Paul didn't say, they asked Paul about it. He's like, I'm not a doctor. I don't have that information. It's too soon.
Yeah.
Well, the WWE is not saying how bad it is. They're allowing us as the fans to decide for ourselves how bad it is.
Speculate. They're allowing us to speculate.
Mikey saying there was too much swelling to see anything.
Mhm.
Blood saying there was something about the interview he gave made it sound like it didn't matter if it was bad or not. He was still leaving for a bit. And Rick saying he said on Rich Eisen's show it's legit. He said that the scan couldn't be completed because of the swelling. They're supposed to check again next week. I feel like it's he's getting a second opinion in Los Angeles. Okay, I feel like it's a legitimate injury. I just don't feel like it's quite as bad as some are leading to believe.
I don't think it's going to derail everything as much as we initially thought. I don't think.
Coming from experience with knee injuries, that the way it didn't look like there was any misplacement on the knee or on the bone, but it looked like he could have pulled. It doesn't look like he tore anything, because if he's already on a cast and he's already walking around and stuff on the side, it's not torn. You wouldn't be walking around on that. Not this early, not even with swelling.
That's very fair. And of course the big concern is it's the same knee he injured before.
That's true.
Yes, he could have pulled it into a point to where it hyperextended without tearing.
Well, I do hope in the next few weeks to find out just how bad it actually is. And of course, we here at the podcast wish Seth Rollins a full and speedy recovery.
Of course.
Of course.
That takes us to Goldberg versus Gunther. This match was better than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie.
Two big men slapping meat.
That's what that is. Here's my thing about this match. Gunther carried the match. We knew that was going to happen. But Goldberg did a good job of selling to Gunther's strengths. Well, except for a couple a couple of chops, because he kind of laughed those off. But he did, like, all through the match, he did a good job. Like, he sold the knee real well. He he played to the strengths while still getting to hit a spear and still getting to hit the jackknife, and then got put out with the sleeper. I mean,
Goldberg is not a small dude.
No. Of course, the big talk is Goldberg's farewell speech being cut off by Peacock /NBC /Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe Bret Hart didn't have anything to do with it, but all I'm saying is nobody saw who was in the truck. He could have been there.
That's true.
All in all, it was a good show. They did a good job, because I heard there was like all sorts of time taken off the LA Knight Seth Rollins match because of the injury. So they did a good job of filling the time, and WWE is able to do that so seamlessly. So kudos to them on that. I'm also going to give this one a B.
I would say you also forgot about the attack where they set up the Bianca Belair.
Oh, that's true. That's true. They showed, of course, the different people that are there in the crowd. One of those being Jade Cargill. Naomi comes from behind. They get into it, start scrapping it out, and we find out that there's only one person that's going to be able to officiate a match like that, and that is Bianca Belair.
Which, when I heard that announcement, I'm like, okay, there's going to be a turn. There's got to be a turn, right?
I think a lot of people were waiting for a turn. I do want to say over in the chat, I started reading through and I missed one. I do want to say, Aaron Marie, welcome to the chat. Glad you could be here tonight. So let's talk about WWE Evolution. PLE of the year, hell, maybe even of the decade.
Yes.
Start to finish, the entire show was fire.
Oh my God. We need this every year, please. Every year. Not 7 years from now, please.
Well, even Big E was like, please don't wait 7 years to do this again because damn.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
At least
yearly.
another year at the least.
Oh,
It was so good. And starting off with the triple threat was genius. Because you have 3 people in that match that can just absolutely carry the match themselves. You put all 3 of them together. I've heard time and time again in this industry that regardless of what the show is, the first match sets the bar and the tone.
that's a
Yep.
great match, yes.
That's exactly what happened here because they put their foot on the gas and never took it off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all 3 ladies had the opportunity to shine in this match, like all the way through the match.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got to say that slick spin into a backslide that Becky did, that was cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was smooth, way smooth. I'm like, damn.
Like it was smooth. I dug it, and it was a good ending.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what we started the show off with.
And it
Like-
just kept getting better.
Yeah.
It did. Like you ask anybody before the match happened, and I guarantee you, anybody you ask would say that after a triple threat like that, the JC Jane Jordan Grace match is a cool down match.
Oh no.
No, it was not.
No.
Oh, that was fun. That was a
They
fun match.
put on a hell of a show. The women's tag fatal 4-way, absolute insanity. And here's my thing. I want to give kudos to all 8 of those ladies. Not
Mhm.
only did they all
Yes.
give each other the opportunity to shine, everybody in that match got that opportunity to shine a little bit. Some of them more than others, but everybody got that chance. But that's 8 people in a match.
Mhm.
And they managed to keep the action absolutely seamless.
And
Oh.
we got the return of a fan favorite tag team group.
We did. We did.
Mhm.
We have the Kabuki Warriors back, and I'm about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was a
Kabuki
good-
Warriors.
I will say the NXT women. I wasn't sure how they were going to work well together, and man, they showed
Oh,
they're at that level.
Looking over at the chat, I was in level ed with everyone, so I missed a lot of the weekend wrestling. Mike's
Oh.
absolutely right. Jacob Fatu been
Mhm.
telling everybody for months about Evolution. All gas, no brakes.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, y'all mean.
Yep.
But of course, Raquel and Roxanne win the match. They keep the belts, but what a match!
Hmm.
It was a phenomenal match. I was hoping for the Kabuki Warriors, not even gonna lie about it.
I
But it
wanted the
was such a
frenemies.
good match.
I was wanting the frenemies just to see where that would go with them holding the title. What do you do now?
That was me. I kind of wanted the frenemies to win this one, but after watching the way the match went down, I'm completely good with it.
Mhm. The fact
Oh,
that
yeah.
Charlotte saved Alexa,
Uh-huh.
that was
See,
so
that's-
good.
That's the
That thing
genius
was
of it.
phenomenal.
That's the genius of it because Charlotte and Alexa did not win their match. They did not win the belts, but they furthered their storyline in just that move where she saved Alexa.
Yeah, that looked like, oh, you actually do care about me. Whoa.
That
Yeah, and
takes us
the
into-
fact that you could read her lips saying, I got you.
Yep.
Mhm.
like it was so good.
'Cause that would've
Tiffany
hurt.
versus Trish. Tiffany versus Trish was so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It
That
still
is
looked a little
true.
rehearsed.
I did forget about that. Yeah, so Ruka had been in 3 matches in 48 hours.
That's very, very true. Jello
But she
appreciate
did get
that.
Ready Mary Bash, yeah.
Mikey saying, I think that's a whole story in itself that doesn't need any extra, talking about Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. And I agree. Wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
I agree. And so Ruka doing 3 matches in 48 hours. Holy hell.
And knocking
looking
all
really
out
at
of
all of them.
Yes. She did not show any tiredness at all. I'm like, dang. Put her main roster, please. Already.
Like,
Yeah.
I truly believe that was her main roster tryout.
Yeah.
With Tiffany and Trish, though, there's parts of it that looked a little rehearsed, but the intensity was there, and Trish proved she still got it. She does a stratisfaction from the apron.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I'm surprised there was no turn there. I legit thought Tiff's gonna turn heel, and it's gonna we're gonna see the summer of Tiff as a heel.
That's coming. In my honest opinion, we are going to get Tiffany Stratton as a heel. She's just so built for the part.
She's better as a heel, in my opinion. Like, this face run's been good, but it's like her heel work is so much better.
And I feel like we're headed that direction with her. She, of course, did get the win, clean win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every single person expecting Naomi to come out and cash in that match, and they didn't.
Right?
Yeah.
With as awesome as that was, I've never seen the internet wrestling community take a bigger array of L's in my life. So many fans wanted this show to fail, sold out with Beyonce across the street. Another huge defeat for regular marks, for those average marks.
She was supposed to be a babyface in the with all the Trish stuff when they were a tag team.
They're playing her as a baby. You know, they put her against Nia Jax. They put everybody they put her against. She may not be a baby, but she's in the baby position. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crowd did absolutely love Trish being there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, was that Trish's retirement now?
I don't know for sure. I think maybe, but I don't know.
It looked like
it wasn't officially said that it was her retirement. Talking about Naomi and thinking that she might come in and do the thing. Naomi versus Jade. That was a straight up fight. That wasn't a match. That was a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was talking before we came on the show. I was talking about I used to work in a profession that had me DJing at clubs, and I learned then that I will walk up and slap Stone Cold Steve Austin before I get in a fight between two women, and this is why. This match shows you why that is.
Dad, what is it, Jay?
Don't let Stone Cold hear you. He might pull.
The storm from the top rope was wow.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
So both of them did a good job of keeping it personal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't just, I'm gonna win this match. No, it was personal, and they did something that a lot of places like the Clown Show or some of the other places fail to do, and that show that you don't necessarily have to have color. You don't have to show blood in order to portray violence.
True.
Right?
So they did a good job of showing that as well, even though, let me not say that, because Naomi did get like the little scratch on her nose that bled a little bit.
Yeah.
She did get her nose busted a little bit right on the bridge.
No turn. I was surprised. No turn by Bianca, though.
No, but that, as you said a minute ago, that jaded table spot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Granted, the look that Bianca gave, Bianca gave Jade is like, I am not pissing you off.
And she looked scared with good reason.
Yeah.
That takes us to the Battle Royal, and holy hell, Battle Royal was outstanding.
Nikki Bella.
Star of the Battle Royal, Lash Legend.
I will go with that. Well, Lash Legend and Kalani are just kind of like right here. And that's the thing. One of the things I loved about this is there was a lot of chances to showcase the NXT talent in this, and they took full advantage of it.
Oh yeah.
The only downside was that you didn't see any surprises. They announced everyone beforehand, so you didn't have any surprises of any legends returning, possibly.
Well, I mean, you had a legend in the match with Nikki Bella, and you had a legend in the match 2 matches previous to that with Trish. So I kind of get that. Mikey's saying, okay, to be fair, clown show or no clown show, this weekend was a huge win for wrestling. It may not be our thing, but still. No, it was. I'm going to talk shit about the clown show because it's a clown show and that's what I do. But it was, they had some good matches too. I'm not going to talk about them, but they had some good matches.
Well, when you go 6 hours, that's too much.
It is. But
That
at the
was a
same time,
problem.
there was a time when WrestleMania was 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, All In was way too long.
Of all the NXT talent in the Battle Royal, only Miss Jada Parker got a chant. Miss Parker, Miss Parker.
But you got to give it to Lash Legend, man.
She did great.
She's shown out in the Royal Rumble and now the Battle Royal.
No, she's shown exactly how far she's come.
Okay, Mike.
In the end, Stephanie Vaquer gets the win and gave a very, very heartfelt speech at the end of that, and I thought that was awesome.
Yes, she did.
Good for Stephanie to speak Spanish to her too.
Which,
oh yeah,
the other thing,
that was cool.
I got to see both of my favorite Stephanies in one place at one time. That would be, of course, Stephanie Vaquer and Stephanie McMahon. Excuse me, Stephanie McMahon Helmsley.
There you go. Don't forget the Helmsley.
Rick saying, I love Lash, but Jada's going to be a huge star. Absolutely, she is. And Mikey saying, I've been to some long, great Squared Circle Pro shows. I've never been to a bad Squared Circle Pro show.
No, same.
And there were some long ones. Jello saying, don't forget the all-women's boxing card at Madison Square Garden Friday night. That's, I don't generally cover boxing, but that was really cool that to start the weekend off, we had an all-female boxing card, not just a boxing, but at Madison Square Garden. And then we end the weekend with Evolution.
That is true.
That leaves one thing to talk about, and it was the thing to talk about, and that's Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Holy shit.
Holy
damn, that was great. But the fact that once the referee was down, it's like, all right, now let's get to the real fun part.
Both of them gave everything they had.
Everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. They gave everything they had in the ring. They gave everything they had out of the ring. And
Ia's little dive off the crates.
I thought she was going to hurt herself.
Her knees couldn't have been feeling good after that.
Oh, no. I'm like, okay, we got another Hardy out here.
Yeah, Io Hardy. Or I think one of the things that was said in the watch-along, one of the things that was said in the watch-along, which you can check out on our Discord, by the way. Somebody called her Io Owens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mikey saying this was by far the match of the weekend. This match of the
year.
I don't even know if I can say year, because more than that. Like, this match was insanity. And then the swerve at the end, having Naomi come out, catch in, and win the match, threw everybody off.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is what I picture happened this weekend. It was Thursday night. Triple H just got through watching the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling podcast. And he's sitting there, and he says, you know what? I've listened to all of these people, and I've looked at the internet wrestling community, and all the people there are saying that's going to happen. Hold my beer. Because I'm going to throw them all off all weekend. And that's exactly what happened.
If he does that.
Like, I make jokes about it, but I truly believe that from time to time he goes, okay, this is what all the smart marks and this is what all the IWC think. Let's change it up on it.
Yeah.
The TV shot from down below of Io diving off the crate should get an Emmy. Absolutely. What a shot.
That was
so. Yeah. I throw grades out there for everything. This was a complete, total, and utter S++.
Yes.
Oh, double F, nice.
One of the best PLEs they've done in a long time.
Oh, that was by far. I loved all the matches, but that was by far my favorite match of the night.
That was my favorite match of the night, the weekend, the week, the year, the month. That match will go down in history as one of the elite matches, most elite matches to ever happen in WWE.
In wrestling in general.
It'll have two. It'll have multiple titles with this because you've got it being one of the most elite matches that we've seen in decades. On top of that, it was the most elite match out of all of the Evolution, which this is only the second.
Mm-hmm.
And Rhea Ripley always puts on a really good show, even when she's not doing her best.
Another young blood in the chat saying, "Sorry guys, Orion's fussy. You go take care of that baby." Yeah,
Flipping
solid, such a solid PLE. Like it was so good. I'm gonna change things up, and I'm hoping that Patrick is watching and got things queued up and ready because I'm gonna change it up just a little bit. We're going to go into everybody's favorite portion of the show. That is Notes from the Clown Show. So think back 7 years to the original Evolution. What was the point of Evolution?
To showcase women's wrestling.
To showcase women's wrestling, to move away from the idea of the diva, the bra and panty matches, the chocolate pudding matches, all of that kind of stuff, to move away from that and show that these women are athletes. They are just as talented as the men. That's what it is. So fast forward 7 years, and the day before Evolution 2, which is going to further the fact that women's wrestling is huge.
Yeah.
What do we get from the Clown Show? What is the one thing in women's wrestling at the Clown Show that everybody's talking about?
The belt collector.
Well, yes, but it was Tony Storm's decisions with the belt collector that everybody's talking about. Using that, if you haven't seen it, go look at it. I'm not going to say what it was on the show because I don't know if that would get me in trouble with Twitch.
Oh yes, that moment. Okay, that moment.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about now. There was an instance where there was some sexual innuendo, perhaps.
It was carpet time.
It wasn't exactly innuendo. Why? Like, I get it gets the views out. And honestly, it fits Tony Storm's character. But in a weekend where you know that the other guys are doing a PLE to promote women's wrestling and how far away from that we've come, why? Why then?
Why of all the times?
Because Tony is a clown.
Because Tony Khan is a clown. Absolutely, 100%. Now, this isn't exactly something clowny, but the Clown Show did give me a reason to ask the question that was offered on Wrestling Talk Wednesday. And that question is this. If you were with us last week, we did a watch along of AEW Dynamite. I know, shame on me. In that, there was a segment where we had a talkie talk between MJF and Mark Briscoe. Anytime you put those two on a mic, comedy gold. I loved every bit of it. However, Mark Briscoe says, "I know what you're about to do. You're predictable. You're about to talk about my brother, try to piss me off, but I've been preparing all week. So whatever you're going to do." MJF says, "I would never say anything bad about Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe was one of the best wrestlers to ever lace up the boots. And more than that, he was one of the best human beings to ever step in between those ropes. Yeah, there's a special place in heaven for Jay Briscoe." To which the crowd went nuts about, as they should have.
And then MJF.
And then he said, however, and he gives a little jab and says, "I feel for your brother because he has to look down from the pearly gates and see what you've become, which is a clown." I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. It was what happened after that. It was he said, if by some miracle, by the grace of God, Jay could be here today in the flesh, you want to talk about predictable? I know what he would say to you. He would say, Chicken, it shouldn't have been me in that wreck. It should have been you. When is it too far? When is it too much? That's my question for you guys right now. Is when is it too far?
When you're
That-
talking about the dead, talking ill about that it should have been someone else. Like, dude, come on, no. The wreck, it was an accident. You just don't bring up that. That's just where you don't do that.
Why?
That was my problem with it. Was bringing up of the accident. Now here's the thing. I believe 100% that everything MJF said about Jay Briscoe in the first part of that promo, I think that MJF believes every bit of that wholeheartedly. That second part of the promo, I 100% believe was probably Mark's idea. Like, there's no way any of that gets said if it wasn't cleared through Mark. But where do you draw the line? And do you know you've crossed the line until you've crossed it?
That would have sent me over the edge, and that wouldn't have been a wrestling. It wouldn't have been a wrestling match. That would have been a bloodbath.
Yeah.
One far from it.
True.
I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been doing the choreographed punches. That would have been straight contact.
You know, I've mentioned this to a few people that, you know, what are your thoughts on this? And some of the responses I got, like, are a kick in the gut. You know, it would be like, oh well. Before I say that, let me look at Rick. Too far is in the eye of the beholder. No one is responsible for anyone else's offense. When you start drawing lines, you set precedent. That's a slippery slope. And you're not wrong, Rick. You're not wrong at all.
Not wrong.
True.
But is there a spot where the eye of the beholder becomes the majority of your viewing audience? An example of that, one of the things that was brought to my attention is that would be like somebody telling Bo Dallas or Taylor or Uncle Howard, whatever you want to call him, it should have been you that took a nap that day. Like, that's a straight kick. And it's too far, in my opinion.
That would have been like somebody saying that Eddie Guerrero shouldn't have passed and it should have been Ray. Like,
yeah, or telling Chavo, you know, Eddie should have been holding you. Like,
yeah,
there's a spot when it's too much. Now, all of these things, like if any of that gets said, like I said with this particular one, I'm sure it was Mark's idea. And so there's no ill intent in that promo. It was because it was just that it was a promo.
Yeah.
But do you feel, and I'm interested to hear what Mike and Rick have to say about this, do you feel there's a point when you risk your audience? And
with Tony, no. If it was WWE, yes.
Okay, I can see that.
Because Tony knows he has a niche audience and he's not trying to grow that anymore. He's stuck in that. But with Trips, you're still growing. You're still developing. You're still getting more people back. That were So you're kind of trying to walk the tightrope, essentially.
No, and I agree with that. You do walk the tightrope with that, and I agree wholeheartedly with what you said about Tony Khan and his niche audience. You know, you've got New Japan and WCW Light. That's what the Clown Show is. Rick says there are things I 100% won't say, but that's because to me personally, I don't feel that I can walk it back. But what I won't do is make that decision based on what someone else might think. I've seen fans leave over trivial stuff. Mikey's saying Rick is not wrong. If the person involved is going to be okay, it's all in the response to the situation. And you know what?
Yep.
I agree. That's very valid points. Like for me, the car wreck thing was too much. I didn't stop watching the show, but it did bother me. That's that's the clown show. That's things that are going to happen. But you know, I'm not really against too much of it because you know it was agreed upon before, and that is how it works. So-
Give me a second. I'm gonna have to reconnect. Everything froze on my end.
Okay. Well, while Reese is reconnecting, let's go ahead and say that was the clown show. That was the question of the week, and that takes us into Monday Night Raw. So we get to start Monday Night Raw with the one and only Women's World Champion Naomi. She came out. She had a great promo. I like the fact that she went after the crowd because she was getting all sorts of pops. Like the crowd was totally behind her. And she was like, no, you don't get to do that. You didn't feel, or you weren't feeling the glow, but you feel me now, right? Like she turned it right back on the crowd, and I dug that. Before we get too much further into that, Rick says, I had fans leave when I made an African-American talent my champion. So to me, what I might say in a roast type situation is not my concern. That's fair. I still think the wreck was too far for me, but that's me personally. But like going back to Raw, Naomi coming out and having her great thing. On a side note, hearing her look back at seeing her and hearing her, and she looked back at the curtain and says, and all you heifers out there, that's never not going to be funny to me. Patrick Darkside says he's going to need an invite back. They did use this though as a having a slight technical difficulty. Okay. I'm being informed that we're having a slight technical difficulty, so apologies while we sort that out.
Okay.
All right, we got.
It's
back.
because I'm back. I'm on mobile, not on my computer, so it's still a beta function for Twitch.
Okay, everything.
Very true.
It's the stream. It's the stream together for the mobile. It's a beta function, so it's gonna have issues.
Patrick saying everything went blurry. So if you're seeing this and it's kind of blurry, I do want to apologize. We're checking it out, seeing what we can do. But we'll get back into it. This was a great way to set up the triple threat at SummerSlam between Naomi, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. Because let's face it, everybody wants that.
Yes. That's going to be a great freaking match, man.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be killer.
I am excited for SummerSlam. I'm going to have to save the date.
Of course, that's the first 2-night SummerSlam.
That's true.
Both nights.
That is true.
Both of which will be we'll be watching along on our Discord, so be there.
And that's going to be what this next coming weekend?
No, that
2
is
weeks? 2 weeks from now.
August 2nd and 3rd, I think.
Yeah.
August 2nd and 3rd.
Ooh, okay.
Mike.
Okay,
I at this point cannot see anybody, but it is what it is. At least I can hear y'all.
Yeah.
Very fair. Kabuki Warriors, as you brought up before, Reese, such a pleasure to watch in the ring. They make it look like a dance. Oh, see?
Yes. Hey. No, we're not fuzzy no more, and everybody's back. I can see everything. Hey.
But yeah, absolutely. They make it look like a dance when they're in the ring. And I love that about Kabuki Warriors.
And they have so much fun when they're out there. If you noticed, every time somebody new came out during their segment there, everybody's intro songs, they were dancing to it.
Yeah, they were having all the fun. They dominated the majority of their match.
It's because you talked about the clown show that they messed up, or you messed up the show.
Damn you, Tony!
Because they cleared up when we stopped talking about them.
That's true. We stopped talking about the clown show. Everything cleared back up. I think it was my internet provider going, I don't like this. So they of course had Kabuki Warriors having their match with Judgment Day. They dominated the majority of this match right up until Dirty Dom jumped up on the apron. What a back fist for his trouble. But doesn't he have a doctor's note?
Yeah, I think it expired at a certain point.
Well, we're going to find out about
Speaking
that.
of Dom, speaking of Dirty Dom, I have a friend. Well, I will not mention their name, but I have a friend that openly claims that she will one day marry Dom.
Seeing as he's already married.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you have great luck with that. I wish you the best. No.
One of the things that's going to go down in history about Dominic Mysterio is not going to be that he's Rey Mysterio's son.
No.
It's not going to be that he is part of the Judgment Day. It's not going to be how far he has come from last year to this year. The thing that's going to go down in history about Dominic Mysterio is going to be his body count.
How many girls has he been with on WWE?
I mean, not just how many girls. No, it's quality over quantity. Let's think about this for a second.
Yeah,
Rhea Ripley,
mommy.
Liv Morgan, for a moment, Tiffany Stratton, and now Roxanne Perez.
Yep. What's next? Alexa Bliss?
I'd say he has a type.
Off limits. Dominic Mysterio, if you're watching this right now, why wouldn't you be watching it? It's a Not Your Average Mark Wrestling podcast. She's off limits. Leave Alexa
What
Bliss
about
alone.
Makura? What about
Well,
Makura?
I mean, she also has a husband who's a famous singer, so good luck.
That's true. I mean, Lexi Cabrera.
That's true.
Yeah, laughing about body count. I'm just saying, like, how? That dude is ugly as the day is long.
It's the mustache.
It's got no. I had a mustache. I had a mustache. I got mommy in my house.
Right?
I don't see
You
the
had a
more you
full,
walk
you had a
through
full
the door.
beard.
Hey,
No,
I am
I miss
not going there. I'm just saying it has to be.
I will say I do like the whole Dominic Mysterio AJ Styles thing that they're doing with the doctor's note. I got a doctor's note. I'm watching you. Like, it's funny.
I'm waiting for that to expire. The doctor note's gonna expire.
Well, he's gonna have. I believe it was said on Raw that he's gonna be checked by a new doctor, and if he's found fit, then it's him and AJ immediately.
Oh, I want that. Save that for SummerSlam. Save it for SummerSlam. That
Right.
they're just gonna build that to SummerSlam. Let it
I
happen.
feel like we get a match, and we get the Smosh ending,
Mm.
and then it becomes a match at SummerSlam. That's how I feel like that's gonna go down.
You know, with the fact of how Dom's story has progressed over the past few years, and going back to body count for a second, I don't know if I've ever seen a WWE superstar go through that many girls like the Candy.
I mean, there is the whole, DX thing, but we'll leave that one alone.
We'll leave DX alone.
That's true. You don't want to piss off Triple H, dude, or Sean.
So,
Let's be like, okay, yeah, we can see that, Mike.
Oh, there was one thing that we did mention while we were doing the watch party. Lita possibly coming back.
I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but Dom
I
better
wouldn't.
stay the hell away from her.
Mm.
Just saying.
Right? Or else the Rated R superstar might come through that curtain.
But
get
I
Hardy.
agree with you. Like, stipulations would be good. Talking about, the women of WWE, that takes us into the next match, which was Bayley versus Lyra. Lyra versus Bayley Cakes. I love it. They always put on great matches. Great matches, no question about it. But if you make it a 2 out of 3 falls match, it's even better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I dig what they did with this. Of course, the winner of this match going to face Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. This whole show was SummerSlam built, and I'm good with that.
I love how when you watch wrestling, and I know that it's never really, well, unless you're watching AEW, and AEW takes forever, but I love how it feels like it's forever when you're watching something you enjoy.
Yeah,
And that's every time I watch a wrestling show, whether it be in person or on TV, I always feel like it takes 12 hours to go by.
Because you're invested.
Mm-hmm.
2 out of 3 falls match. It went the way you hoped it would go. You know, Bayley gets the first fall, Lyra gets the second fall. Now it's winner take all. We've got Lilith Blood saying, "Love the finish on Bayley Lyra." I did too. I loved it. It was great. Lyra going on to face Becky Lynch at SummerSlam, try to get her title back.
Did you see the interview for Rhea Ripley?
Which interview is that?
Okay, so I can't remember what interview it was, but she had an interview talking about her pin, her sexy pin.
Yes, that was on Chris Van Fleet's podcast.
Yes. Yeah, they were talking about her pin, how she would mount the other superstar, the sexy pin.
Yes.
And that started actually when she was wrestling against guys.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. Of course, the last time I saw something that was outside of WWE that she was talking about that, it was on TikTok, and there's this girl that's like, show me how to do all the moves, and she just choked out in the corner and with that pin, and yeah. But no, it was a good match, and so we go straight out of that one into Nikki Bella versus Chelsea Green. It was a good match, but that being said, have you ever in your life seen a Chelsea Green match that wasn't a good match?
Oh no, she is. You give her just a little, she's gonna make gold out of it in anything.
Every time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every single time, and this wasn't any different. They had a great match, of course. Chelsea decided it would be a good idea to talk some trash to Stephanie Vaquer before she came out to her match. Not a good idea. They have their match. Nikki wins. The Secret Hervis comes in to do the beating.
Yep.
And here comes Stephanie Vaquer, clears the ring, and gives a great big hug to Nikki Bella. And I thought that was great. Chicken salad.
Yep.
Yes.
I loved the fact that they were taunting Nikki with the dancing as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the taunt was good. That's one thing that, a group of my friends are talking about was the during Evolution, it was her and I forget who the other one was doing the dance together.
Oh yeah. That was
some
fun.
friends that were quite enthralled.
Yeah. Speaking of that Sunday, me and Houston made sure to finish the podcast early before that watch party.
Oh.
Just so we could be there to watch it with y'all.
We 100% appreciate. Like, it's always fun having you guys there in the chat.
Oh, I love being there. I might not be there all the time, especially when I'm out here. But I made sure to save the date for that one because I wasn't missing that. Not Your Average Mark watch along.
It was a good one. That takes us to the end of Raw. The number one contenders gauntlet. That was a hell of a match. Braun Breaker is showing why he is the future. As he endured 3 out of his 4 opponents, complete with the bottle of water in between.
Yeah.
He beat Penta. He beat LA Knight. I don't remember who the third one was.
Uso.
Yeah, Jey Uso. He beat Jey Uso. And then, of course, CM Punk comes out. In the end, CM Punk gets the win, as expected. Punk gets a beat down from Big Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. I'm going to take Jello's advice. I'm going to start calling them the Killer Bees.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So gets the beat down from the Killer Bees. Jay comes out to help, gets the same fate until what's that? Is that the
Dun, dun, dun.
OTC music hit? That's right. Roman is back. I feel personally this is the pivot off of Seth being hurt is to go ahead and bring Roman back now.
Yeah.
Roman comes out, clears the ring, helps Jay up, doesn't help CM Punk up.
No.
And we go off the air with those three standing in the middle of the ring and Paul Heyman going, no.
I think this leads to
Paul
Braun
Heyman.
versus Roman now.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna get probably
SummerSlam.
I think probably Roman and Jay against the Killer Bees.
I'd rather have a singles match, honestly.
I mean, there's a lot of directions they can go. We're gonna
Yeah.
get singles matches and tag team matches come out of this for a little bit. And like you said, Roman versus Killer Bees.
Spears versus Spears.
This was a great way to come out of what was a very solid PLE, what was a very solid weekend. I give Raw an A. It was great. So
I
let's
give
talk about
Evolution a triple S.
Yeah, amen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about some wrestling that wasn't on national television. Let's talk about some BCW Hot Blooded.
Oh, man.
Which,
It
hey,
was
I
Hot Blooded.
finally got to see it. Is it out yet? Is that recording out yet?
Patrick, when can we look forward to that video? We'll wait for his answer on that. And I'm not going to talk too much about it. Like I'm going to talk about some of the things that happened, but I'm not going to talk too much because there are people that haven't seen the video yet, and you just got to see it.
I got to see it. And I was so sad that I couldn't make it. But with the fact that I've had little to no work and I'm finally starting to see some hours, I had to take the hours.
No, absolutely. I completely understand that. But we started out with a reverse battle royal, and I can't tell you the number of people I had ask me, what the hell is a reverse battle royal? We started out with 15 people outside of the ring.
Well, where was TJ Slater? Where was Marty Snow?
TJ
Yeah.
Slater, let me go ahead and talk about TJ Slater. Want to send, kudos out to TJ. TJ got an opportunity with AEW as they were in Texas. He lives in Dallas. They were in Dallas. He got an opportunity, and I don't blame him in the least for taking full advantage of that opportunity. And I hope it went great for him. And I can't wait to see him back in the BCW ring. Marty Snow also supposed to be there, as you said. Marty Snow tweaked his knee in a match the night before, so unable to be medically cleared to compete.
Okay.
So we ended up with Lau, which I did my
13.
best to stay the hell away from.
14, yeah. Wow. I'm like, I didn't expect to see him. I'm like, wait,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
Xavier
him.
Zamora also with with an opportunity. So that's one thing about it. Guys are going to get opportunities, and we're behind them 100% when those opportunities come. But it was still a hell of a show.
yeah.
We had 15 people start out. 7 of them make it over the top rope into the ring. Some of them with help. Like, I'm pretty sure there was one person who brought a bodyguard and got thrown in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of
fun.
cool. Lilith Blood, I will tell you, was just mercilessly thrown face first into a table. We had moved things around and had a table leaning up against the wall or with the other tables. And Big Said of the Guerrilla Militia throwing her into that table face first. It was brutal.
I'm
glad you're okay, Lilith.
I was happy to see JC the Kid get thrown to a trash can next to me.
Jesse the Kid didn't find his way into a trash can. Since you're in the chat, Lilith, how are you doing? Like that was brutal. I'd love to hear how you're feeling. While we're waiting to hear from her, this of course incensed one Damian Blood, who made a beeline for Chris Watson. Why Chris Watson, you say? Because Big Sid looks at Chris Watson and says, "Finish it," and walks off.
Mm-hmm.
He eliminated himself from the competition, Sid did. Sid wasn't there to win this in the first place. Sid showed up with exactly what he did in mind. And, I mean, who can stop him? You want to know who can stop him? Damian Blood can stop him. That's who can stop him.
I will say, Chris Watson, you're pissing off the wrong family, dude.
Yeah, that's no lie.
The Bloods are going to hurt him, and I'm happy for it.
As we had our 7 people, premeditation. As we had our 7 people in the ring, we went into a traditional battle royal. As those 7 people got thrown out, they were put into a bracket for the tournament. The first 2 people fight each other. Third and fourth people out fight each other. 5th and 6th fight each other. I'll go ahead and tell you, Emilio Guzman winning the battle royal. So he got a bye in the first round of the actual tournament, of the semifinals. We ran through the bracket, and I'll go ahead and throw a spoiler alert out there, Reese, if you don't want to hear, cover your ears. But in the end, when it's all said and done, it came down to Emilio and Damian Blood.
Well, I knew the outcomes because Houston Texas knew the outcomes.
Yeah, we talked about it on this past Sunday. We talked everything about it, so he knows.
Okay, well, we come down to Damian Blood and Emilio Guzman. Somehow, Emilio able to pull the win out and receive the token for the Barn Burner Invitational Tournament, which gives him the opportunity to cash that in for a match for the BCW Texas title anytime during the next year.
He didn't wait long.
Your head's fine, Lilith. Lilith, I'm glad your head's fine. I hope your hand heals up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lilith Blood saying, "Y'all know me. I never stay down for long. My hand is mangled, but my hand is fine." Lilith, that when you see it on the video, it's just brutal. So so happy to hear that you're okay. Look forward to seeing you again soon. And God help Chris Watson.
Yeah. Chris, run. Just don't stop.
Prospect Mountain.
We had 2 other matches on the card that were absolutely awesome. One of them, a long time rivalry. Axel Savage going up against Devion Black. This match was awesome. Like, these 2 know each other so well. Now, there was something that happened at the end of this match. Axel Savage able to get the win. But we found out at the end of the match that he's been in contact with the Guerrilla Militia, of course, that being Franco D'Angelo and Big Sid, who were out ringside watching the match. And when it was all said and done, they handed him a Guerrilla Militia shirt.
According to I'm trying to read the chat. Sorry. According to Lilith, according to Watson, I'm obsessed with him.
No.
But according to Watson, he can wrestle. Like, consider the story.
Yeah, no, sorry. When I'm learning how to read everything with my
his name wrong.
Oh yeah.
Brokeback Mountain.
Keep liking. Yeah.
Well,
Hey, that's international superstar quit laughing.
I had to ask what you're doing, Reese, because all I saw was. What the hell are you doing?
Okay, so I'm looking at my phone, and my phone's not anything. I mean, it's the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus, or the Ultra, the Ultra. So I have a decent screen, but I'm sitting back here in my chair, and I saw Lilith's name pop up, and I'm trying to read what she said, and I saw that, and I'm like, what the?
Oh, well, makes sense.
Rumor has it Watson is calling in sick for September 13th. Well, that might be a smart thing to do.
Hey, does he have Dominic Mysterio's doctor with the doctor's note?
You know what? As the BCW Texas general manager, I will have to look and see if he does have any PTO left.
Denied. Denied.
I'll get back to everybody on that. But
Wait, no, where's the gavel?
we had Axel join the Guerrilla Militia. Like they weren't a force enough.
The
That
look
was
on
pretty
your
good.
face was enough. The shock.
I couldn't believe what I saw. Like
Mhm.
I didn't see that one coming. But we had one other match. We had the leader of the Guerrilla Militia, Franco D'Angelo, going up against our Texas champion, BCW Texas champion, Damo McCullough, the top hand. This was just fight. This was them beating the hell out of each other for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And then Axel.
Yeah, then Axel comes out and we have to get them chased out of the ring. And Damo wins the match because of interference. But Emilio Guzman comes out after winning the after winning the Barn Burner Invitational Tournament, cashes in his coin and hits the frog splash 1, 2, 3. Your new BCW Texas champion, Emilio Guzman.
He pulled a cane.
He did, and it was. There were some people that were not thrilled with that result, but I mean, he won it legit. I can't say anything is wrong with it. However, the target is big, and heavy is the head, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I did want to ask you, since you're general manager, what's the deal with the tag titles? Since the Guerrilla Militia is holding them hostage, and they're not the champ.
I'm glad you asked about that. That is actually going to be addressed early next week.
Okay.
I've got to finish talking to a few people and making sure the legalities are all correct, and that will be addressed early next week. So
Okay.
be watching the socials for that. One of the other really cool things we had happen, and I'm gonna hit this, and then we'll move on to Squared Circle Pro. Nathan Briggs comes out and gets gets
Smart man. Smart man.
He uses big brain power. It says, so you're saying I'm no good. That's right. So you're saying I can't wrestle. That's right. So you're saying this guy's better than me. That guy's better than me. The guy in the front row is better than me. That's right. That's right. That's right. So you're saying I can have a title match. That's right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Great manipulation. It was beautiful.
That's big brain work right there. I dug it.
Mm-hmm.
So BCW
is great.
We will have that video coming out for you soon. Be on the lookout for that. We'll have it on our YouTube. We'll have it on the BCW YouTube as well.
Yes.
Bugs Bunny style. Yep. Rabbit season.
Duck season. Nope.
So let's talk about Squared Circle Pro coming up next Saturday. Squared Circle Pro Drunk with Power, Jake's Back Room, July 26th. I don't even know what to expect out of this. After the last show, I'm just glad I'm still working it. Glad I'm still employed. Rick, of course, saying that as long as I do my job, I can continue to be employed, and that's exactly what I intend to do.
As long as you keep it all SEP related, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's look at the lineup of matches here. Of course, you have Squared Circle Pro champion Phoenix versus Squared Circle Pro champion El Gringo Loco. Winner take all.
Is there going to be somebody that's going to make sure there's no outside interference in this match? I hope.
1, 2, 3, not it.
Houston. That's on you.
I'm just saying. I have a feeling Lamigra's going to get involved in some way.
It's always a possibility. The numbers game is Lamigra's.
Mike.
1, 2, 3, not it.
Okay, so can we get the commentators to control the ring then?
I think the commentators are going to be busy making sure they still have a job.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will. If Watch Rick's told us they don't have a job much longer.
Do your job or don't. You can still be a sacrifice. That's very fair. Of course.
Okay, Rick.
Example of that. Rick's still
Okay.
negotiating the stipulations and officials. So we'll be finding out more about that match. We've got CWO versus Lamigra. That's going to be a hell of a match.
Which okay, I want to mention this. Why was Chris Watson helping Emilio Guzman in BCW if they're about to have a tag title match?
It's a valid question, and I think he's trying to confuse everybody. That's honestly
Something's going to happen.
Maybe he's trying to recruit.
Something's going to happen, and
The
nobody.
administration does not need more people.
But here's the thing, Houston. Here's the thing. I know that y'all are Switzerland at this point with the company, but you know me. I'm an advocate for the LG administration. I love the chaos. I expect something to happen, and I'm ready for it. Whether I'm there or not, I'm going to be watching, and I'm hoping something takes a turn for the worse for the good guys.
Well, you are going to want to do everything you can to be there, Reese, and I'll tell you why. Because we do have a match that is not going to be on the stream, and that is Hobo Hank going up against Charlie 50. The only way you see that match is live and in person.
However, unfortunately, due to circumstances, I have to take a 9-hour trip to West New Mexico in the Four Corners. So I'll unfortunately not be there whatsoever, but I will be watching very closely.
I don't blame you. Rick, saying as far as Emilio goes, because if you've ever watched West Texas wrestling for any length of time, you know Guzman is an opportunist. That's fair.
True.
We've also got Nolan Phillips going up against Stevan Remsen. I can't for the life of me think that this was Nolan's idea.
This is an out. This is going to hurt a lot.
This is going to hurt.
This is
going to hurt.
This is going to be very uncomfortable to watch.
However, I still think it'd be very funny for Houston to get in the ring and deal with the same punishment you dealt with, Guapo.
Hey, I know people. I can talk to some people, make it happen.
Houston, you want to take a few chops after you get your tattoo, buddy?
I don't think I'm going to have the tattoo by that time, so I think we'll be fine.
I would not wish the chops I took on anybody. That should hurt. But as I'm looking at the time, let's go ahead and get into this. We'll see if the smartest man at Square Circle Pro figures out how to deal with the ring bully. He's going to have to come up with something because
Duck and dodge a lot.
Earned that name, ring bully.
Duck and dodge a lot.
But he's not coming out there to have a match. He's coming out there to kick your ass, take your lunch money, and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have Aluvio versus Baby Samoa. Whole lot of
ouch
animosity in that match.
Mm-hmm.
If you watched a while back, you saw that Baby Samoa, I believe, hit Aluvio with a truck and then beat the hell out of him.
Yes.
Which is why he was not at the last show. So a whole lot going into that one. Gino Rivera versus Bobby Munoz.
Who invited him?
It's the Puerto Rican challenge. I dig it.
I don't like him in BCW. The man that has too many nicknames and doesn't deserve any of them. Gino.
Gino, what did you do to Houston?
Houston is just biased. It's okay.
There's certain people I'm not much of a fan of. Okay, that's all.
You're not a fan of the Mosquito. You're not a fan of this guy. You're not a fan of that guy.
Well, apparently there's somebody that's not much of a fan of you who has a match as well. That being Draven Reeves having a gauntlet match for the iPay-per-view title.
Oh yeah, this is going to be interesting. For those of you who did not tune in to the Texan Tag Team Podcast Sunday, we had Draven Reeves and the man himself, Rick Elzy, on that day. But we started with Draven. Houston decided to open his mouth and mention somebody he shouldn't have. And it got Houston his throat ripped out. by Draven Reeves. It started off nice. We were talking about BCW, and then I noticed something in Draven that just totally switched. Houston pressed the wrong button and unleashed the heel, and Draven took it out all on Houston.
I was just asking about his history with Jeb because I didn't know about it. So I wanted to get the whole story. And yeah, bad idea. Don't bring up Jeb.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the name to bring up. But all of those matches, it's going to be a great show. I've never been to a bad Squared Circle Pro show. So I am looking forward to this one, and you can catch your boy in the ring doing the ring announcing, and do that. Be there. It's $10 at the door.
Be careful who you say, who you talk about. Otherwise, you might have an appearance by your favorite person.
I ain't saying no names.
Don't worry, we'll have a sign ready for him.
Okay. So we've hit that 9:30 mark. This is where we come to the close of the show. Before we do, I want to give each of you an opportunity to address the people in the chat, the people watching, the people listening, the wrestling world in general. Houston, we'll start with you. The floor is yours for final thoughts.
If you get a chance to come see West Texas Wrestling, take it. Because BCW is great, SCP is good, South Plains is good, where there's another one we don't mention that's a clown show that does their own little thing, but West Texas Wrestling is amazing. It's at that level where Evolution was on Sunday. It is top tier stuff. And also, if you miss out on any of it, you can come listen to either this podcast or our podcast on Sundays. We will cover both of them.
Easy peasy. Reese, that opens the floor for you. Final thoughts for tonight.
As somebody that has not been in or really watching wrestling in the past few years, coming to my first SCP show back for the Tornado Slam event, that was honestly one of the best shows I have ever been to. So I can highly recommend coming to one of your local wrestling shows, because even if it's not West Texas, even if it's an East Texas event, your local wrestling shows, they put on a show like no other. They're putting their hearts out there way more than you would expect, and they're putting their best foot forward when it comes down to what they do. They are all striving, if not some of them aren't, striving to go to mainstream. But these guys do a hell of a job. Mike, Guapo, Rick, everybody that's involved put their heart and souls into these productions, and it's a hell of a ride. And if you're interested in being a part of it, I highly recommend coming to the next SCP show if you're in the local area. Whether you be 4 hours, even you could even be in Dallas or somewhere in New Mexico. If you know about the event and you are interested in going, I recommend going, because it's just something you don't want to miss. It definitely pulled something that I haven't enjoyed out of the rabbit's hat or the magician's hat for a while. It was the white rabbit that came out of the hat for me, and I boycotted wrestling for a good few years, and y'all sparked it back.
Well, that says exactly what it is. You know, Reese saying that seeing live wrestling is what brought him back to it. We've got a friend of the show, of course, J-Rev, my boy Cameron over in California. Being able to watch BCW and being able to watch Square Circle Pro and watching the podcast, he hadn't watched wrestling in 20 years, and he came back to it. It's a drug, and I've said this every show. It's my drug, and I always wait for that next fix. If you're in the area, by all means, please come check out Squared Circle Pro. $10 at the door. You can't beat it.
Mm-hmm. No. You can't even beat the prices for the VIP for BCW. $30, including a shirt. You can't beat that.
No, you're not going to find that anywhere else but right here in West Texas. I do want to say thank you to everybody that was in the chat tonight. You guys keep it going. Everybody that's watching, everybody that's listening. Thank you so much for allowing me to have this platform to talk to you about wrestling and about how much it is. Yes, and make sure to take 72 hours after each show to clear your head and get ready for the next one. I'd be trying about that.
Mhm.
But again, thank you in the chat. Thank you everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching. Houston, Reese, thank you so much for joining me on the show tonight. It's a pleasure having you
Not a
on.
problem.
Anytime.
I believe that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. We will be right here tomorrow night doing a watch along for SmackDown over on the Discord. Tell you what, I will put I'll put it out there on the socials, the link for the Discord, so that everybody can come join us. And that's what we'll do then. We'll get down on some SmackDown. Until then, I'm Guapo. That's Houston. That's Reese. We're not your average marks. See y'all tomorrow. Yeah.